What's going on, guys? So this is a Banshee, this is a Banshee, and this is also a Banshee. And that's a big green box. And this is Master Grade Monday. Let's get to it. Alright, guys, so here we are, Master Grade Monday, finally. We had to take a week off there for a bit, but we're back with the P-Bandai. I can't read the beginning. That's really hard to read. I know it says Unicorn Gundam Banshee Norn, but right, like this area, it gets a little hard to read. And of course, you know it's P-Bandai because monochrome greenish color. Obviously we've already looked at a Banshee Norn before, if you want to go check that one out, up there. And, yeah, it's a big green box. Artwork is actually very nice. So usually when they do these things, it's just an image of the kit itself. Odds are that's what it is. But I like the fact you got Unicorn actually back here. You got stuff flying across, exploding, beams being shot, meteor pieces and chunks floating about. Of course, Master Grade emblem there. Bandai logo down there, and because it is a P-Bandai box, there's really nothing to look at, so you've got all of the stuff right down there, and some glare from my lights, and then all the info right there. Little guy with the toilet, no real warning about 3-year-olds, but that should just always apply, and 6,000 yen. I paid way more than that. So yeah, very simple. You can hear there's still quite a lot of stuff in the box because there's plenty of things you don't use. And we'll just go ahead and get right to the review. P-Bandai boxes, there's nothing to look at, guys. So, yay, Master Grade Monday. Alright, guys, here we have the Banshee Norn out here, but okay, no, that's not right, but it's also not wrong. Something's... This one's orange! This is not the right Banshee Norn. This is the Banshee Norn we already looked at. This is the Banshee Norn we're here to look at. You can tell the difference already. Yeah, there's obviously not a whole lot of difference right now. So this is the last Banshee Norn we looked at. Of course, these two are going to be almost identical with the exception of the green cycle frame that's going to be on this guy, which you can see in a couple places here in a minute poking out. And one thing I did to finally differentiate is I painted some gold right over here. But for now, until we get this guy fully transformed up, I'll move this Banshee Norn over here to where he hopefully will not fall over. And we can come down. That was actually a very good way to display how much they grow when they transform. Now this one is of course the new one we're looking at, and I got a few of the accessories and stuff still on him, so the extra canister right here for the other weapon, the extra ammo clip so to speak here on his bootay. And you can see down here on the legs, you can see some of that green psycho frame poking through. Now, it does actually instruct you to use the gold-ish stickers to cover these up, which I find to be completely asinine, because why would they bother giving you green parts here if they don't want you to cover them up? Same thing with up here on the side skirt. I went ahead and left those. Now, if I do feel like actually changing those up, I will paint them with the same gold that I used up here on the chest. And one thing I absolutely hate about dark colored kits, they're a pain in the ass to light. Now, the gold on the chest and on the face and on the V-fin there is all the red gold marker. But the thing is that is all actually sprayed on there using the Gundam marker airbrush kit, which actually is a review that's coming out very soon because it actually features the painting of these parts. And basically all the parts for this kit that are gold were all painted using that, just to see how it worked. Now accessory wise, you see he's got this guy right here in his hand. This is the little add-on part for the new weapon canister, And you can, of course, remove it and turn it into this weird, cool beam blade thingy. I just wanted to have him do something a little bit different with that. You do get his... Let me scooch back just a little bit here. You got his pink beam sabers that can be mounted there in the beam tonfas. Of course, mind you, he doesn't use them in this mode. He uses them in unicorn mode, destroy mode. So yay for that. Focus is going to be a problem on this particular guy. You do have his weapon, as usual, with the sliding, expanding thing with the weapon clippy. This one's not as loose as some of the previous ones, but it is still a little bit loose. I have knocked out the thing repeatedly, and odds are I'll probably just glue it together like I've done in the past. You do get the underslung add-on weapon, of course. If you want to pull this guy out, you can totally do this and swap this part around like so, just like you could before. And you just... Oh, I'm stupid. You use all that just in there like that. I'm probably doing something wrong, if I had to guess, just because that's not wanting to go. I don't know. It's all things you can do. I'm not really keen on using any of those things, to be totally honest with you guys. Although, I did not quite clean up the nub on that so it doesn't fit just right, but it works. But there you go. You do get the camera sticker inside there, which for some reason I can't with all my lighting I can't catch. You can see the reflection of it though. That's pretty cool. And of course, spare ammo clip, because you get 3 of those for some reason. We do have the shield mount for the arm. You guys probably can guess why that's separate as of now. So it does plug onto the side of the arm like you should, and rotates over and holds on to a shield, usually right there. That's how that works. And that's the same for every kind of unicorn we've ever gotten. Now we do have the Armed Armor DE Raher that is plugged into the backpack as of right now. And that thing is plugged in there very nicely. So okay, so this is of course in its compact mode, and all blue, dark navy blue. You get these lighter blue stickers. It's the same as we've seen before, even on the Phoenix. Everything's still got a little bit of dust from sanding off nubs and stuff. I tried to do a really good job taking out some of the nubs. You'll see them occasionally here and there, but I actually buffed it out the sandpaper. I actually buffed it out the buffing stick and stuff like that. So like I said, you can see them occasionally. Now this one is set up for the backpack mode, but of course if you want to swap it out for the shield mode, you have to pull that guy off and put this guy back on. Oops. Now the only thing is, once you've started removing these, they will get looser and looser. So slide that on there, and you can do your best to attach it to the forearm like so. Fold it over, and there it is on the arm, which will never ever stay. Too much weight. However, I will probably end up gluing that. So if I ever want to actually display it with this on the arm, you absolutely have to glue it. It will never ever stay. There's no notches, there's no nothing. It's just gonna flop. I hate that that does that. So there's that for now. Set that aside, and we will look at the Armed Armor. Was it the CE? I think is what it's called. So of course this is the normal Banshee backpack right here with the Norn attachments, and you guys can already see the flavorful metallic gold there. This of course is the same marker sprayed on using the same system, and this is where you'll see where it gets good and or bad as we transform it later. Backpack attaches the same way via that hook and that hole, and it's still a fairly loose connection. I wish there was something to really keep it from lifting up. I want something to lock that in position a lot better. But there you go. There's your Banshee Norn as it stands. That's a good picture right there. Bang. And literally as it stands. That's funny. And like I said, if you want to attach this to the arm have it just hanging out, you can totally do that. And like I said, the rotation joint is incredibly annoying. Come on. Like both parts of this thing that rotate are incredibly loose. I don't know if it's just mold degradation or what. And something about trying to plug this in gets more difficult the more times you try. But there's your Norn, even with the armed armor just chilling off to the side. Or if you want to, you could try to rotate it up. Although it never gets displayed this way. He's going to hide under his own umbrella here. So, yay for that. And real quick for another comparison, we'll bring out my original Banshee. So we just have all the blue on the screen at once. So this is my mildly customized Banshee with the standard shield and the beam thingy over here, so you can really see the difference. In this mode, honestly, not going to be a lot of difference, except that this guy has the regular backpack, this guy has the add-on attachments, of course. So, and this one has the buffed leg booster. So let's go ahead and get this guy transformed up. I'm going to skip the transformation sequence. If for some reason you want to see that, you can go back to watch the Norn video right up there if you haven't already. Boom, 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 ba-boom, boom, 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 knee booms. Boom. And final boom. Alright, so here we have the Banshee Norn all transformed up, and I'm going to say it, nothing transforms easier than one that's brand new. And in fact, this is the first time I've transformed this one at all, if I'm totally honest with you guys, as I usually am. And yeah, it looks really cool. And you can see all the green cycle frame, which of course is a little hard to see on camera because it's trying to adjust for all of the darkness that's going on here. So it's a thing. You just have to trust me. And of course you guys can see now all the beautiful gold. And I took a picture of this thing, or maybe I didn't take a picture, but Nick was over the other day as I was finishing it. He was working on a master grade of his own, and I finished up the backpack portion here, and I attached it, but I still had it in unicorn mode, and I was like, man, this thing doesn't look right. And then it occurred to me, oh yeah, we don't have the huge V-fin, which, by the way, I did also paint, but you guys can see it's a little speckly, it's a bit rough. That was where I was trying to figure out how that airbrush system works. Still working out some kinks on it, but you can see inside there, you can see the green of the face and the psycho frame. It's really hard to see sometimes, even with all these new lights I've got. Now, one thing I wanted to see, and unfortunately I can't, I want to know if this psycho frame glows under a black light or UV light, such as the previous ones could do, especially the Unicorn HD version could definitely do that. And I believe that the Verka Unicorn, which is also a green psycho frame, could do it as well. Now, real quick, we'll bring out the previous boy so you can see the difference there. And of course you're going to want to topple over because of that huge backpack. I did have to adjust his legs slightly. I always forget to do the crotch transformation. Never forget your crotch, guys. So this is the orangey gold color that most of the stuff comes in, and you can see there the gold paint that I went with on this one. And because I might as well have all of my Banshees on screen at the same time, face the right direction, buddy. There you go. And like I said before, this is how much they grow. Look at this. The shoulder height here is still above even the regular head of the normal Banshee. So it's kind of crazy that they can do this. Let's get a picture of all three of them together here. And of course, I did do the big, ridiculous Armed Armor DE here. Trying to get it on the forearm is probably going to be a chore, and things are probably going to fall, if I had to guess. But we can always try. Unlike Yoda said, you can definitely try. There's definitely a try here, Yoda. I can't always do. Come on. The hard part is aligning that hole just right. And of course, it's trying to hit everything. Okay, here we go. Come on, there we go. Wrap that over. It's hitting the backpack. Of course it's hitting the backpack. It's what it does. It's just a giant backpack hitting machine. And I knew that was going to happen. The main problem with this hinge is that it does that right there. So I'm not going to mess with this anymore. I'm going to just yank it off. Yank that part off. I'm going to go ahead and put this part back on so we can just have it plugged into the backpack for the full look that we all love in his thruster mode there. And that's his super heavy backpack mode, because that's pretty much all it comes down to. It's the super heavy backpack. And of course, if you want to give him his weapon, you can totally do that. But of course, the hard part about this is they are the terrible hands that just have the tab in the thing. And I'll say this on this one, and I don't know if it's the same on all the ones I've built. The wrist is insanely loose. I'm not going to bother going over articulation stuff like that, because we've seen it 5 times at this point. So you can see right here, wrist, a little bit floppy. You can't hold the gun, it's just floppy. So there's your full armor. Not full armor. There's your Banshee Norn Final Battle, kind of right there. In all his green psycho framery, gory. Oh, yeah, there we go. I think it looks cool. It's incredibly expensive way to get around just having a new psycho frame. Now, if I remember correctly, there were people who actually remolded and recolored the psycho frame, and they were selling conversions, quote unquote, on eBay back in the day. I don't know if anybody can still do that, but I'm sure that would be one way to get around it. Though, of course, if you really just wanted to go there and you don't care if it's clear, you can always just paint your psycho frame on your regular Banshee to make this effect. You can totally do it. Just get you some good metallic green and go to town. Now I was going to fix this real quick, and I don't remember which way that goes. This way, this way. Wrap around the arm, like so. Yeah, okay. Now, I'm going to try to do something. If I don't accomplish it, we're just going to come back and finish it. But there's something I wanted to do with this kit to make it the true Final Battle version. And I'm going to try to cut to that. It's probably going to take a while. So bear with me off screen. Obviously, this is just going to be a quick cut for you guys, but it's going to be a whole thing for me. Be right back. And there we go. Basically, I just wanted to get it into what was literally the final part of the series, where he's lost his leg in the battle, and, well, all the other weapons and stuff were blown up by the Neo Zeong, so he doesn't have any of his weapons. He even lost the armed armor back here, and I knew that was going to happen. I've had, guys, like, no joke, I've had nothing but problems. Like, deconstructing the leg was not easy in and of itself. If you guys know, if you've built it, you know that the unicorn's legs are about the most ridiculous things. In fact, you know, here's the main chunk of the leg, at least halfway deconstructed, so that I could disassemble the knee. The rest of it is laying over here, hopefully undamaged. In taking all this apart, the crotch, like the actual way the crotch is sandwiched together, has come apart twice. Things went flying. It was a pain just to transform this into this mode. And by that I mean actually. And then that just freaking keeps happening. Like, the crotch connection is not holding on, and it is absolutely angering me. Like, maybe it shouldn't matter front to back. And the funny thing is, like, I took this one off of the Banshee 1, the first Banshee. So it was a super tight fit over there, and on this guy is a super loose fit. It's absolutely annoying. So actually, to fix some of the problems, I glued the two chunks of the hips together, the crotch together, however you want to call it, just to keep it from falling apart on me for the rest of the review. I'll move this down just so we can get a little more light into that psycho frame. And of course, he's doing the spread arm Jesus look. But I want to do the big arm Jesus. I want to do the big arm Jesus. Tell me if you know what I'm talking about. Also, One of the most annoying parts of this entire thing is this torso hinge. Usually I leave that collapsed for stability, especially with the extra backpacks. But for this, because he needs a slight lean backwards, I left it unclipped. And as for the leg itself, I got dust everywhere, by the way, while I was doing this. The leg here, I've got a couple wires left over from a totally different kit. I just cut them, jammed them in there. That's all. They're just stuck in there for this view. No, nothing super special done there. Of course, if you want to replicate this of your own, I would definitely say buy a regular Banshee to manage it and then paint your psycho frame. Another thing is, I think I got a fingerprint in my paint there. Maybe it'll go away. Yeah, it went away. Okay. But, yeah. So that's it, guys, for this Banshee Final Battle Norn version. If you like this thing, yeah, give me a thumbs up. If there's anything you've done, make your own. By the way, it did come with water slides. I did not feel like putting them on there because, to me, it doesn't need them. I like the Banshee in its clear form for the most part, but it does have green and white warning stickers and thereabouts for it. I'm lowering the lights down. I was trying to get the psycho frame to glow. There we go. That looks pretty cool. And then once again, just for a quick comparison, please don't fall, please don't fall, please don't fall. We'll bring in the other guy before he has everything exploded, so you can really see the difference. Now, whether or not I leave this one on display like this, I don't know. I've spent all that time painting things, so we'll see. But that's going to be it for this Master Grade Monday review, guys. Like I said before, if you like this video, give me a thumbs up. If you're new here, go ahead and hit the subscribe-ish button, and go check out the Master Grade Monday playlist. We're going to go back and check out the rest of the unicorn reviews, because there's like 5 of them at this point. 5? 6 of them at this point, now that I think about it. And of course, if you want to hit up the Patreon and go and donate to the channel, you can totally do that in the description down below. If you want to get a Shoki shirt, you can totally do that right here. Everything also in the description down below. And that's it, guys. I'll catch you guys on the next review. And remember, as always, keep on building.